I'm Ryan Chosby, Chief Chops. I'm running for District 24 State Representative.
I really enjoyed what you had to say. I mean, you're a
first of all,
very
thank you
practiced
so much.
speaker, all that kind of stuff. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
And I'm one of those guys pretty eloquent myself. It's my
I can
my
tell, man. I
upbringing,
can tell
you know what I
you
mean?
do. I'm telling you.
But no, I really like your message. Is what I've been trying to convey to a lot of these Democrats. Because I'll tell you, I went to my first Democrat meeting, and I've never been a registered Democrat. I was always a registered, non-independent, non-registered,
non-affiliated.
non-affiliated,
Okay.
or whatever. It's always been but my values have always lined up with Democratic values more than Republican values, which is you pick yourself up, you know what I mean? And I'm like, no, because I grew up in poverty like you didn't even know, you know what I mean? I didn't even start attending school until the third grade. I didn't, my parents were both drug addicts. My dad was only 15 years older than me. He died just like 5 years ago with a needle in his arm.
But where'd you get this? Where'd you get your heart for service? Because you served obviously for 25 years. So
yeah, 24 years, 3 months. Yeah,
24 years, 3 months. How many hours? Right?
Well, yeah, 7 days. 24 years, 3 months in a week. You know what I mean? But no, I've always been one of those people that I grew up in a lot of family trauma and stuff. Like both my parents were, like I said, drug addicts, but they were also extremely violent drug addicts. Like my dad was always in jail. I mean, he did lots of times in prison, in and out, things like that. You know what I mean? And from a very early age, like diapers, I was taught to fight. And so the fact of the matter is, I grew up, I don't have a flight response. When I see a problem, I just get at it. I go at it. And I've been hitting a lot of these Democrats because I went to my first meeting and I was like, I'm running for office, Crawford County, and then, there's 10 Democrats in this room. That's it. That's the Crawford County Democratic Party, And I was like, well, I'm bringing it. I'm not going to back down. I'm taking no prisoners.
You decided to do it.
Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself from that moment to now?
Well, the thing is I dropped a couple F-bombs right off the bat.
Okay.
And Democrats were clutching pearls. You know what I mean? And here I
am.
am.
A man after my own heart. By the way.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm like, the times for half measures is over. We don't have time to try to win people over logically or intellectually or else. We tried all that for 50 years. And what do we have to show for it? You know what I mean? Especially in Arkansas. I'm running for a seat that hasn't been blue in over 50 years. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, what you've been doing ain't working. And I'm here and I'm bringing it and I'm not messing around. And I'm just all fight, you know what I mean? I'll go. But the fact is I also have those, even though I was born poor white trash from multiple generations of just generational poverty, I went to the Navy. I had a library card. I got my undergraduate in organizational leadership, my master's in business management. I've studied all the policies. I'm very qualified for this position. And when I kept complaining, I finally just looked around and said, I was waiting for somebody to step up. Right? And I was like, well, I guess it's me. It's time for me to step up. You know what I mean? So I want to thank you.
I want to thank you for doing that. Because what you just talked about and what you're modeling, that idea of like, it's me, right? I'm the person who needs to do it. A, that's the moment that you want to see everybody have. But B, you having that moment could be the catalyst for somebody else having that moment, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets to it a different way. But seeing you step up in Crawford County and say you're going to run, and that could change everything for somebody. So,
yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for the email.
No, absolutely.
I'm Ryan Chosby, Chief Chops. I'm running for District 24 State Representative.